I called it a jacket, but as we can see, this is a nice, long, quilted, water-resistant coat. And this is the coat that you put on when it's, you know, pretty chilly outside, when it's in the 30s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s, and lower, because it's gonna keep you nice and warm and dry, which is fantastic because it is water resistant. It comes with a hood that is removable. You've got this really great quilting that's so fresh and modern, but I love that the coat itself isn't bulky, so it's not adding a whole bunch of, you know, bulk on you. No, we've got it for you in a lot of colors, because typically when we see, let's say, a quilted coat, and you can see lots of different styles out there, lots of price points, and many of those price points have 3 digits in the number. You see them in black, and you might see them in gray, and then you're done. But we've got these actually in the colors that are gonna kind of lift our spirits on the cold, dreary days. This is dusty mauve, and so if you like this beautiful, soft, feminine color, go for that. We've got it in light blue. I like this. This just kind of looks like skiing without the falling. So we've got it in that nice light blue. Take a look here. This one we're calling black, but when it hits the light in certain ways, it brings out a little bit of blue in that color story. So you're gonna order it in black, and you're gonna say, oh, I can wear it with my blues and black, and it's gonna work. We're gonna move across the way and see it in the lightest option, which is called natural. So if you do wanna go light, we did that for you. And lastly, the one that I have on, and this one is called celery. So it's this really cool green, and the thing about this is we've seen a lot of greens over the season, darks, lights, all you know, in the middle. So I like that this green is sort of that color of nature, but it can really blend along with everything. You're gonna order it in extra small to 3X, and you're gonna enjoy this one. Wear it, love it. When it gets dirty, machine wash, tumble dry, which we also love because you don't have to like send it out professionally to get cleaned. You can see our size range right there along the side. Dagmara has it on in that really pretty light blue. We're gonna show it to you on all the girls, but Dagmara is wearing that one in the medium, in that light blue. Hope has it on in the dusty mauve, and she's wearing that one in the large. And these would be our regular sizes. So you can choose to go up if you wear really bulky sweaters underneath, but you don't necessarily have to. But we're gonna talk about all of that thanks to Ashley Yore being with us. She's a brand ambassador when it comes to Sporto. She's been on television for years, helping us stay warm in the cold.
Yes.
And look at how great you look.
Well, thanks, you do too.
Thank you.
I am obsessed with this coat. I'm not gonna lie. It is so cold all over the country. This is exactly the coat that you wanna be wearing right now. This is water resistant. The water just kind of like beads up, jumps away. You know, Sporto is known for winter gear. This is what we do. We created the original duck boot. We're taking all of that technology, we're putting that into our outerwear as well. So all of the layers of this coat really gonna make sure you're protected, you're staying warm, you're staying dry, you're not gonna overheat, which is something that we think about as well. And there's a lot of versatility to this coat. So we've got that great zip-off hood that we talked about, right? So whether you want to wear this with kind of a popped collar here, that's going to give you a completely different look to the coat.
Yes.
Or if it's that really frigid, terrible day outside and you've got to wear that hood and you want to snap that closed, make sure that your face is protected. You're going to zip that up all the way, really making sure that you're staying warm and dry. The pockets, look at those pockets right there, those zip in. So again, this is a streamlined look that we talked about. This is not going to make you feel oversized or like you're wearing a lot of puff to it, right? You're getting that warmth, but all of the seams that you have, all of this quilting really make sure that it's showing off your silhouette, which is something that I love because I don't want to feel like ginormous when I'm wearing a coat. I want to feel warm. I need that protection, but I want to make sure that I'm showing off, hey, I've got a figure.
Absolutely, and we've all worn the big puffy and they're too big and you just feel, you're already cold as it is. And then you feel uncomfortable and it's hard to move. So Sporto said we can do this better. And so I'm glad that we've got this for you. I will tell you, the early leader is this light blue. I'm crazy about this. I hadn't really thought about it because a lot of times when I think about coats for the winter, I think the darker colors. I think black, I think gray. But this light blue is pretty awesome. So if this is the one you want, please go ahead and pick yours up. This dusty mauve is also a really nice option as well. When you're saying, I just, you know, I don't want to kind of get lost in the crowd. I do want something that's a little bit brighter. Look at how cute Hope looks. She put on the hood.
And also such a great opportunity to get that lighter color because it has the built-in protection.
That's right.
So if you're somebody who's worried, like, okay, I've got to make sure that this is staying completely pristine throughout the entire winter season into spring, that's what this is for, right? Because we have protected this coat for you, and you can just stick it in your washing machine to clean it, right? So you're doing a really mild detergent, and you're just throwing this in the washing machine and then doing a tumble dry. But I want to show you, I'm going to spray this, right? Take a look. You can see how this just beads up. And then just wipes away. Let me spray it again for you. So this is what's waiting for you when you walk outside.
That's
you know,
right.
I am traveling next week, going to the Midwest. The forecast isn't looking great, you know? And I want to make sure that I am getting to see all the friends and family that are waiting for me. Can't wait to see you. And I'm not gonna let the winter weather stand in the way. So I've gotta wear this coat that is gonna make sure that I am protected, that I am gonna stay warm and dry. You can see this just like beads up, wipes away, really, really easy.
Very much so. And you'll notice that you saw Ashley, and you can see Donna is also wearing a really great scarf and hat and gloves. Those are also from Sporto. If you wanted to pick those up, you can, and we'll show you those up close in just a little bit. But this is, you know, this is the look. This is the last item that you're going to reach for when you're walking out the door, or it's the one that you think about when you're trying to decide, well, I need to go to the store, but how cold is it really outside? You know, the thing is, you mentioned the Midwest. I used to live in the Northeast, and it would get cold. It would be windy and wet, but if you were dressed properly, then you could handle the cold weather a lot better. There's the item number for the hat, scarf, and glove. It's a gift set, less than $27. And of course, it's knit, so it's gonna stretch no matter how large or small your head or your hands are, you know it's gonna work for you. But this is that coat that keeps you warm from literally the top of your head to about your knees.
Look at what's inside.
Yes, yes.
Right? So I want to show you, yes, we have this beautiful quilting on the outside, which I absolutely love, but when you get inside of the coat, okay, this is like the softest baby blanket that you've ever felt. It is so incredible, and it's all throughout the inside here. So I don't know about you, but sometimes like I need a little extra motivation to go out in the cold. And so if I'm like just wrapping myself up in something that's really soft and cozy, you could just wear a t-shirt under this jacket, which I absolutely love. And then another thing I want to show you, this hood. Right? So look at this. It's so easy to just zip this right off, and then you're gonna get a completely different look. So if you are going out to maybe some parties that are coming up, if you are doing an evening look and you're like, all right, it's not gonna have the weather that I need the hood, this is gonna give you a totally different look to the coat, and it's really easy. You can even just kind of throw the hood in the car, and if you need it when you're walking home, no problem.
You've got it. Easy, and it's easy to zip off, and it's also easy to zip back on, because sometimes if you've ever converted something and it was so hard to get it back, you're gonna appreciate that. When you were showing us the lining, it's from the top of your shoulder and it goes all the way down, because I've even seen some coats that were not fully lined.
Right.
And you're like, okay, well, I'm good in the middle, but what about as I get lower? Look at it, the line keeps going and going and going, still going, and going, and going, until you get to the end of the coat. That's the thing. You are warm and snuggly in here. You mentioned that hood zipping off. Because this is water resistant, I've worn coats that were warm, that had a hood, but when it rained, all I got was wet because it wasn't water resistant everywhere I needed it. So the back of the neck, the top of your head. I'm not suggesting you go out in a total downpour, but if it's a little, you know, if it's a little wet out there, you know that you've got that really great coverage. And look at this quilting. I love that Sporto didn't just say, we're only gonna go side to side, or we're only gonna top to bottom. You know, you've got a variety, so it lends itself to not looking overly bulky with this.
And it looks really expensive. I have to say, all of the top brands, like this is what you do, right? When you have that winter gear, but this is what Sporto is known for. We know how to keep you warm. We know how to keep you dry. And you mentioned the hood. Look what else is inside the hood. You've got that same lining right there inside the hood. It's so incredibly soft. And then you've got a lot of little details that are also making this, like not only do you have that faux fur that's going around, but you've got these really great snaps. So if you need to snap in front of your face, that's gonna be easy for you. We'll show it off here. And then you've also got these little toggles. This is great as well. So that's something that you need. We all have been in those days where you're just like, okay, it's just gonna be eyeballs that are showing, right? Like I gotta zip this all up. I've got a toggle. I need the snaps.
Yes.
We have you covered.
That's
and
right.
On the days where you don't need that, we're going into spring. Maybe we're wearing this as a fall coat. You just zip that hood right off. Easy peasy.
Do it. I want you to do it. We've got it today at less than $70. And when you consider the fact that we've got a coat on sale in the winter,
right,
when you need it, in all of these great colors. A lot of you are loving the black. You're loving this light blue. This is that dusty mauve. We've got it also in the natural, which is the lightest option. And then we also have the celery, and that's the color that I'm wearing. And no worries about some of the lighter colors, because if and when they get dirty, you throw them in the washing machine. These are machine wash, tumble dry coats. I mentioned living in the Northeast. When I was in college, I had coats that I had to send to the cleaners. So they would go a long time, to be perfectly honest, without being cleaned before I could finally get them to the cleaners and spend a couple days in the cleaners. These, if I spill something on this, I'm throwing it in the washing machine, pulling it right out, and I'm putting it right back on. So I do invite you to go ahead and get yours. And this is the way you shop. hsn.com. Use the app. Use the QR code. Call us if you want to. However you want to do it, we're approaching 3,300 of these ordered, and I want you to get yours. And Ashley, also, when I look at this, I don't see this and say, oh, that's only for the 20-somethings, or that's only for the 60-somethings.
You're so
right. This is across the board.
You are so right. This really is a coat that anyone can wear. It has those elevated elements to it. So we talked about this great quilting. It's really gonna show off that you have a figure, right? So it's really nice in that way. It's really warm. It's that perfect amount of warmth that you really can tackle the coldest days in this coat. You have the fashion elements as well that we've talked about, right? So we have, I love that the zip, it's that monochromatic zip, right? So that's gonna blend right in with whichever color that you choose. You've also got that really cool kind of faux fur look to it. So it gives you that fashion element. That zip off hood, we're looking at that inside lining, just so incredibly comfy. This is a coat that you can wear running your errands during the day, or you can elevate it and really wear this out in the evening.
For
right?
sure.
So
for sure.
I think this is a great opportunity to get a lighter color, to try it out, because it is water resistant. You've seen the water just beads up, like jumps away from this coat when you are going outside, when it is snowing, when it is misting, when it's raining, when you're, whether you're running errands and walking the dog, or you're going into work. This is not a coat that you're gonna need to like hide and kind of change before you go in any place to look presentable. You are pulled together. And I have to say, I also love it with the boots, because it's the whole matching look, and the scarf set that I have on as well. So you really can just be pulled together. You don't have to think about anything, which is the other piece that I love. Leave this right by your door. You're ready to go. Just grab it right before you walk out, and you're already pulled together all throughout the winter. Through the spring, really zip off that hood if you want to. This is a spring and a fall coat as well.
Easily. The team at Sporto has already thought of everything, and you see it there on Hope. She's wearing it in the dusty mauve. You'll notice in just a moment, she also has on the dusty mauve boots that are also Sporto. So again, they did think of everything if you wanted to have that total pull together look. We also have a blush color on the scarf and hat and glove set that we're going to show you in just a few moments. So if you do want to have the whole look, and then you choose when to wear which pieces and not, it's going to be completely up to you. But you've got sale prices, you've got flex pay. We will send these right on out to you. You've got all sizes, extra small to 3X. This coat is 39 inches in length, which is something else I think about, so that when you're going somewhere, and let's say you're sitting down, you're sitting down on coat. You're not having to sit down on a cold bench if you're out, you know, maybe you're ice skating with the family or what have you, and you're out and about. You're completely covered. So when I sit down, I'm still sitting on water resistance and on this amazing lining, so I'm still warm. And you know how when you're out and about in the cold weather, when you're moving, you're okay, but the minute you stop moving, you get colder and colder and colder. You're gonna appreciate the fact that you've got all of this amazing lining from the hood all the way down to literally your knees. Literally to the back of your knees. I'm 5'5", just so you know, so you can see where it hits me and what 39 inches in length hits me. You mentioned the pockets, and I love that they zip, so when I put something in there, they're safe.
They are safe, and if you don't want the look of the pocket, they zip right into that coat, and they just disappear. But I love what you were saying about the length. It's so true. When your backside is covered, it really does make all the difference. Like a short coat is just not gonna do the job on those really cold days.
That's
right.
right.
You need to make sure that you are covered. And then, you know, I've seen other coats that maybe are longer, you're gonna trip on those. We don't need that either, right? So this actually is the perfect length. I love that it's going just down to my knees, and it's so easy to wear. I love the details. I love that dusty mauve, I have to say. I think that is such a cute color. Obviously, I have it on in the natural right now, and to me, this is a really great neutral color. It's, you know, not quite like super white, so it really is gonna go with a lot. I love that these colors are really going to match what's already in your wardrobe and just elevate what you already have.
For sure. And I know a lot of you are loving it in black. It's got this kind of, sometimes when the light hits it, it kind of feels, it's like a blue-black, just so you know.
Those navy hues kind of show up.
So you can really enjoy, and this can be your chameleon color. This one is that dusty mauve. And I know maybe not everybody goes in for the mauve, but you're hard-pressed to find a coat this warm, this well-made, that's not only solid black. This is that light blue that everybody's loving, and I don't blame you. I hadn't thought about it, but now that I see it, I kind of am longing for cold days. And to be honest, the coldest days are still in front of us. If you think you're cold now, and winter technically just started, it's only gonna get colder. So you want a coat that's gonna work with you. This is the celery, and that's the one that Donna and I have on. And it's that really great green. It's a color of nature, so you know it's gonna work across the board. And then I love that the natural, white would be nice, but I love that the natural just gives you more options to wear the lightest color.
It does. I feel like this really goes with everything. So I'm able to just throw it on. This would go with denim really nicely. This goes with, you know, black leggings that I have on right now. Just very easy wearing, and that's what we want. I mean, we know that your life has to continue as we're going out into the winter weather. We have places to go. I've got a big birthday party in mid-January that we are flying up to New Jersey. It's gonna be cold. Guess what's the one thing I'm packing that for sure I'm making sure I'm packing? This coat. Because
this is
it's gonna go with everything. We've got to run around during the day. We're going out in the evening. I know that this is gonna be versatile. It's gonna work for all different occasions. Really love it. And I just love how soft it is. I feel like I'm gonna almost look forward to going out into the cold because I know that it's so soft and cozy wherever I am going when I'm wearing this coat.
That's right, and do it. And you can see there, as Simi's showing you all the different ways and how you're gonna wear it. You saw the water just fall right off because if it didn't, the water would have soaked in and you would have seen that. You might say, well, of course it's gonna fall off. That's how it happens on all coats. No, it does not. You've seen it soak right in. And if it was gonna soak in, you'll notice that it gets darker and darker. You saw that water just fall right off. So this is water resistant because this time of season, this time of year really requires something that is gonna kind of meld in with the weather. And when you think about it, like you mentioned, going to New Jersey, going to the Midwest, going to the Northeast, it gets cold everywhere, and cold is relative. Some people can take a little bit more than others. I can't take a lot of cold, so I need something nice and warm. And if you are looking for a new coat that is not, you're not spinning an arm and a leg, and it's not just another black coat like everybody else, this is the time to go for it. If you ever go somewhere, you know, in colder weather and you check your coat and it's just a sea of black coats, and you check this one, you'll instantly, oh, there's my coat, it's right there. So this is that light blue, this is the dusty mauve, here it is in black, we've got the natural, and we also have that celery green. Go for yours, 885-963 is the number on those, okay? Now, and you can shop on hsn.com. If you want to use FlexPay, $23 and change to get this Sporto coat home. So please don't miss out on that one. Now, and if you're shopping on hsn.com or on the app, you're going to see this right there on the home screen. Really quickly, if you want to grab that QR code, do it, because that can also jump you straight to the page on hsn.com to get your today's special from Sporto. But Sporto brought